Hello everyone. So welcome back to our physics class again. Now I hope you people are preparing for your unit test exams which will going to begin from first week of August. So I want each and everybody to do well in this paper, and for that you all have to study well. Okay. So for this purpose I just want to revise few things which was related to the topic energy, as we had already started with the revision of the energy chapter and we had discussed about different types of energy. In that I want to continue two more forms of energy which is there in your syllabus, that is magnetic energy and nuclear energy. So first thing, let us talk about magnetic energy. The energy is stored in magnets. I hope everybody knows what is magnet. So the energy which is stored in the magnet, and because of this energy the magnet has got the capability of attracting some substances towards itself. So the energy stored in the magnets are called magnetic energy, and due to this energy magnet can attract magnetic materials. Magnetic materials means iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. So some materials are there which can be easily attracted by a magnet, and those materials will be known as magnetic materials, and magnet has got the property to attract these materials. So this kind of energy is known as magnetic energy. Now this energy is also very useful in our day-to-day life, like in loudspeakers, in microphones, in your mobile phones. Over there the magnetic energy is used to convert electrical energy into sound energy. Then another very important type of energy is nuclear energy. So what is nuclear energy? When the nucleus of an atom, so suppose any atom is there, and when the nucleus of this atom splits means it breaks into two parts, or when two nuclei of different atoms, or there will be two different atoms of two different nuclei of different atoms, if they combine together, in both the situation, in first case when a big heavy nuclei breaks or splits into two parts, or in the second case when two nuclei combines to form a single nuclei, in both the case a large amount of energy is released in the form of heat and radiations. Okay, this form of energy is actually known as nuclear energy. So in modern world nuclear energy is very useful because it is capable of producing a very huge amount of energy. But this energy can be destructive also, and this can be useful also. So it is up to us how we make use of this form of energy. So this is all about the types of energy. Now, after talking about different forms of energy, the next topic which I want to revise is the transformation of energy. So what is basically transformation of energy? The change of energy from one form into another form. Suppose one form of energy is there and that gets converted into another form, and this is known as transformation of energy. So if I take example, the light energy of sun is transferred to chemical energy of food during photosynthesis. So what actually happens, we know that sun is capable of producing light energy, and this light energy is being used by the plants during the process of photosynthesis, and it gets converted into food that stores chemical energy. So this is one example. Then if I take example, a very simple example of electric bulb. So in your home also you must have seen that electric bulb, what it does, it converts the electrical energy. So electricity is provided whenever you switch on the electric bulb, the electricity will be provided to the electric bulb and it will get converted into heat energy or light energy. So different examples are there in your day-to-day life where one form of energy gets converted into another form, and this is all because of a law that is known as law of conservation of energy. So what does the law say is that law states that energy can neither be created and nor be destroyed. Okay, that law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created and it cannot be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. So this is basically law of conservation of energy, which you people should know. Okay, let us talk about some examples which are related to conservation of energy. Okay, since we know what is law of conservation of energy, let us discuss it with the help of example. One example I want to take is the water stored in dam. Suppose dam is there and water is stored in a dam. So basically dams are built at a height. Okay, it will be built at a height and there the water will be stored. Whenever the water is stored, the water is not moving from one place, it is just stored over there. That means it will consist of potential energy. And at this situation, the potential energy will be 1. Means it is full of potential energy. Since the water is not flowing, the kinetic energy is 0. But as soon as the water has been allowed to flow, as soon as the water is allowed to flow from the dam, since the water is moving right now with a huge speed, it consists of kinetic energy. And as the water is falling, the kinetic energy is increasing, whereas the potential energy is decreasing. So actually what happens, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy will always be equal, means 1. Like suppose in the starting the potential energy was 1, but the kinetic energy was 0. So your total result was 1. So the resultant energy is always fixed. But as soon as the water starts falling down, as the height is decreasing, the potential energy started decreasing. So from 1 it has become half. But at the same time the kinetic energy has also increased. It has also become half. So 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2, it will remain as 1. As soon as the water is just about to touch the ground, the potential energy will become 0. Why? Because the height above the ground becomes 0. Whereas the kinetic energy will be at the highest level, that is 1. So sum will remain 1. So can you see that since the result of any sum of energies is always same, so you can say that the energy has been conserved. That means no new form of energy has been produced. That means no new type of energy has been produced or no older energy has been destroyed. Energy will remain there. It will just change from one form to another form. So same example is there with roller coaster ride. So whenever you go for a roller coaster ride, at first you will be placed at a height, and at that time the potential energy will be maximum and kinetic energy will be least. But as soon as you start moving down, the potential energy keeps on decreasing because the height is decreasing, but the kinetic energy is also increasing at the same time. So the sum will always remain same. So this is about examples of conservation of energy. Okay, since we have discussed different forms of energy and we know the formulas also, let us talk about one numerical. A stone of mass 1 kg. Suppose one stone is there whose mass is 1 kg is thrown upward. So in which direction we are throwing it? In the upward direction. So as you will throw in the upward direction, the height will going to increase and attains 15 meter height, and it reaches to a height of 15 meter. So basically, what is given in the question? First thing is mass. How much is the mass? 1 kg, and it reaches to a height of 15 meter. The value of gravity, that is G, is 10 meter per second square. Calculate the potential energy. So since that object, that stone, will going to reach to a height, so obviously it will going to store a form of energy, that is potential energy. So the formula for calculating the potential energy is M into G into H. Mass is 1 into height is 15 into gravity is 10, it will become 150, and since it is energy, it will be measured in joules. So 150 joule of potential energy will going to be stored in this store, and it will going to reach to a height of 15 meters. So this is about the numerical. This simple type of numericals you people have to practice, which is based on the formulas, so that you can be able to do the questions in your test. Then there is one more form of energy, or basically it is considered to be a very important part. There is another form of energy is there, that is known as a renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy. So two important sources of energies are there, and which plays a very important and very vital role. So we should know what are these two types of energies. First is renewable source of energy. What is renewable source of energy? The source of energy which never runs out. Never runs out means if you use this source of energy, again you will get it. Means it will never going to be end. So never run out and can be used again and again, like sun energy. So you keep on using sun energy, it will never get exhausted, because another day again the sun rays will come, again you can use that energy. Next day again the sunrise will be there, sun rays will going to come, and you can use this form of energy. Similarly the wind energy, so there will be no charge for this type of energy. There is sun energy, wind energy and water energy, and you can get it in tremendous quantity. So there is no limit for this type of energy. But generally we people in this modern world, we are more dependent upon another source of energy, that is non-renewable source of energy. So what is this non-renewable source? The source of energy which cannot be replaced once they are used up. So once you use them, they get exhausted. So another source of energy you have to use, that is, if once the petrol will be used completely, it will get exhausted. You cannot make that petrol again very easily, because the preparation of petrol, the preparation of diesel, the preparation of coal, it takes millions and billions of years. So it is not a small time portion thing that you can easily prepare it at home or in the laboratory and you can use it again and again. So once they are used, it will never going to come back so easily. So we should not depend upon non-renewable source of energy more. Slowly and slowly scientists are working hard that they are moving towards this renewable source of energy, which will be very cheap for us also, and it is non-polluting also. But this source of energy, that is non-renewable source of energy, like fossil fuels on Earth, they are polluting sources also. So they are very harmful for our environment and atmosphere. So this is about the different types of energies which you people should know, and the numerical based on this potential energy, and you have to practice a numerical based on kinetic energy also. And please learn the formulas, please learn the units for the form of energy and all, so that you people can able to write the correct answers in your test.